rocky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone CoinEx. So I can't stop, I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said what you. Tell man, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops to the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna eat these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. Sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. And God, you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it. You know what you want to do. But I can never be.
Myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on
double up, yeah. Double up, the money I call up. Double up, the money I call up. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid, rich when I wake. I bet the bank, I set the pace. Guess what I make, that's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff for silent. Double up, the money I call up. Double up, the money I call up. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch and bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up, the money I call up. Double up, the money I call up.
Check, 1 2 1 2.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much?
And here we go. Went to the wrong screen.
For those of you out there that have been hitting the like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dogg. My name is Lane. Taking a look at Bitcoin right here. Just a little look at the weekly chart here, which is going to close tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, we will have our weekly close here. And the question is going to be, will this line cross over will the blue line cross over the red line? That would be a bearish cross on the MACD. And will these histograms will it go from this light blue down to a darker red, kind of our purple, like we'd see right over here? Might be something not as severe, like maybe here just a few weeks in the red and start coming back out. Might be something like that. Either way, not a sign to be ignored by any means anytime these cross. And one thing that I do like to look at with these crosses, the angle of the cross, and I guess it depends on how you scale this, but this one is a lot steeper than say this one over here, which, you know, flip back to the upside. A little steeper than this one, which actually did the little duck lip. That's what I would love to see happen here. That would be the little duck lips happen. That means something really bullish come and kind of pushes the upside. Otherwise, we could be looking at some more downside for Bitcoin, and gosh, I'm not a big fan of it. But there's several theories at work here, and I can go through them. We usually run through them. I don't want to spend too much time. But just looking at the daily, actually, you know, some of the indicators here are running a little green, looking a little good, pointing to some strength in the move. And I've got to say, this is the CME futures here. Now, notice what price we've got here. This is the big boys. This is CME futures. These are the guys who are going to open up tomorrow, this market. It closed, the candle closed at 61,275 was the actual closing price of that daily candle on Friday. Now, if Bitcoin were to get too rambunctious over this weekend, and let's say the weekend we're up to 65,000 or something, and it opens there Monday, well, we have a gap, and those usually get filled. But you might notice that prices usually come down a little bit on Mondays, and it's usually to kind of reclaim lost ground a lot of times, not all the time, but that might be what we're seeing. So just keep that in mind. A candle closed at 61,200, and let's go to our current area where we're at right now. We're hanging in about 63,200 right now. So 61,200 would be a drop right back down to this little area here if they want to come back and tag that. Just throwing that idea out there. Lots of ways to look at this market, and here's what I've been doing. And will this play out? Looking for a break above this line to feel a bit more bearish on one way, of a retest of a channel. That's one way that I'm looking at it. Also looking at it at this Wyckoff possible reaccumulation pattern right here, where this could be our little spring. And then we start seeing a little bit more upside action here. It doesn't mean it'll be straight up, but it does mean that, it might go a little sideways a little bit. That could be good for altcoins. It all depends on Bitcoin dominance, really, at this point, in my personal opinion. Try to clean up this chart a little bit while I'm here. Oh no, did you erase your moving averages and stuff? Your indicators? Sucks when it does that. And then here we are, simplified version, what we're looking at. Same thing, right? Where was I? I was going to show you one that was just a wee bit different, but not pawned in it. Anyway, let's get over to Total 3. Take a look at Total 3 for our altcoins. Something interesting is happening here. Let's point this out because we're kind of interested in altcoins. They've fallen behind. They're not. We're like, where's all those gains in altcoins? And like, yeah, we're waiting. Where are they, man? Where's all those X's? Y'all keep talking about 100x coins, 50x coins. Where are they? Put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, because they've been falling back, right? But there's some signs shaping up here. Let me clear it up just a little bit. But nice. This yellow line is the 618 Fibonacci retracement. That's from the swing high to swing low of this. That means that's the area that should have got rejected here. Well, at that $600 billion area, which, you know, I talked about, and it just made me look like an idiot and blasted right through. It said, screw you, road dog. Altcoins are going to run. So you had that. Did come back and test it there, but then we continued to run on and run on. Now we got up to this other little areas of retracement area, and that's where we're finding the rejection. And sure enough, wish I took more profits at those juicy areas. I talked about it, and I did take more profits than I normally do, so clap for me, but I had to put them back in the market just to equal some things out on a few positions. So I'm behind schedule on my profit taking, and I want that back on schedule. We got a good chance. I'm seeing some good things here on the daily Total 3 market cap that I know, so that's kind of crazy, right? Let me explain my theory here, ladies and gentlemen. Things we got going on in favor. We got a 200 moving average right here, this yellow line. We got a 100 moving average, this white line, which price has bounced off of not once but twice. That's a good sign. Forming the much talked about W pattern, not yet confirmed until it actually does a break above this area right here, which I call a belt line. Now that area is about almost $700 billion. We're sitting at 649 billion. So we need some money to pump in, and it looks like somehow, some way that we will get a little bit of that, and then we're going to come back and retrace a little bit and go sideways, because then we got to continue with this 50 moving average area up there and this trend line area, rejection areas. But it'd be a nice move in our portfolios as we take that up. Remember, our bigger momentum, the big part of the momentum is on these bigger time frames, and I think if we add even bigger ones down here, we can see some good things going on. We got an 800 moving average, and we got the 360 that just recently crossed up, and that could have a lot with giving us a little bit more of a boost. And now eventually, when this little red devil right here eventually crosses over, and that'll take a while, that should be another nice little boost overall in the macro is what we're looking at. Overall, to boil this down, we're higher highs and higher lows, baby. We're just freaking out. We came down here and retested the 618 Fibonacci area. That should have been resistance. It's now confirmed support twice. That's a green light for more up. So if we just take that off the table and we look at these red lines and just identify the trend line that we've been respecting right back here above my head. We bounced off of that twice, wick down, maintained that perfectly, right? Gorgeous. Altcoins are looking good to me in the very early stages. Not yet official, but very good possibilities of a recovery for our altcoins right now that I'm saying. I will give you the news before the other boys. Or at least I think so. We are above the 9 moving average. And now it's not yet crossed bullishly above the 21. And that's the sign we want to look for. That would be the confirmation for me, is when I see this 9 cross above that red 21. We might see a little bit down, might come back and touch this 100 moving average again, meaning we might see a little up and down over the next few days, which are what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But it started to look like maybe toward mid to late week, we might see a nice little influx. And if it's enough to get us past this trend line here, even to get back up to this area, happy days are upon us, and we will at least confirm a W pattern. Now we may get rejected there and go some sideways, or we just may go straight to the moon. I don't know, but a little sideways there would not be bad. Retest this area and then make our bigger move. Well, the bigger kahuna moves. Yeah, eventually come back up and retest this area where we were all really happy at, to see if we can break through. Now we may not. We may go up a little higher because we did not officially touch our little 618 area that I've marked out at 802. This area did nail a little micro fib pull that I did, an extension of the 3618. Nailed it to the T, but we not really nailed the overall one. So I am looking for at least to come up to there. Now whether we blast through that one or not remains to be seen. Would love to see it. That would be full on bull run for crypto. We want that. But one step at a time, man. Just getting back up to where we were. A lot of us would be really happy, and that was some life-changing money for a lot of us there, right? To take some profits when we get back to those areas, maybe. Well, a little bit pay yourself, ladies and gentlemen, on the Vector candles. Shout out to Tito. Guys, shout out to you guys hanging out in the chat, man. Who do we got hanging out here? We got Floki Toshi. How's it going, Floki Toshi? I bet I know what you want to take a look at. I think you got some news for me. What you got? Floki Toshi, take me to the moon. Exceeded 1 million market cap. Hey, congratulations, man. Exceeding 8 zeros. Uh-oh, where'd I lose you? With 13 an all-time high. Let's take a look at Floki Toshi. I mean, I haven't looked at it in the last few days. Here we go. I am back in though. So, there we are. 40 C3. That's like burning my brain for some reason. And let's see, we are on, where are we at? I need to go to the daily. I suppose the daily. Oh man, look how, oh geez. I'm not recognizing this chart. Yeah. Oh, now, okay. Yeah, I zoomed way too out. The last time I was looking at this stuff, we were right down here talking about a bounce off of there and looking for, I just did a fib area up here. It blasted through that. Wow. Wow. Dang, that means I missed it. I should have been paying a little bit more attention. It went up to a decimal 8 zeros, 1049. We got a pullback, which is still higher than bouncing. Oh, is that how it is? Floki Toshi, is that how it is? Y'all come back and bounce off my target area just to rub it in. Is that what it is? That's, so it's a fib level, so it would be coming into play. That's cool that it's bouncing off of there. That should mean that is playing as support. Because I'm looking for resistance and support resistance areas. That's what I'm doing with my fib lines. Oh, cool, man. So you got it coming back in a flag, and this is on the daily. Can I blow this up? I don't feel like I can see this chart very well. And you guys see, I don't have anything blocking, right? All right, so let's see. We had some other trade setup. It's exceeded all of them, man. It's got, oops. I was looking, breaking this area as a channel, we would have that measure move that would take us up there. But man, that just, it doubled it. Look. Boom! Should have doubled it right there. Killer. So let's delete everything and see what we got now. How do you, the delete button is, it's way down here. That's a boomer moment there. Oh, yeah, now I can see what's going on, right? Can we blow it up? And can I still have my... Yeah, I got my tools. There for a while, I didn't have tools on this thing, I thought. Or at least, it's my thoughts. All right, let's see what we got going on with Floki. Just going by what our new data gives us. A new angle to the dangle. I'll pull that one up in a minute, but we got that nice little move right there. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, might I show you a little thing you can add, a tool to add to your toolbox called the Fibonacci price extension, ladies and gentlemen. And before you on Floki SafeMoon, we will put it at the bottom of this bounce off this trend line right here to the top of the tops that we had there, where price just retraced and everybody said, to hell with Floki SafeMoon. This is a scam, man. This one's never going anywhere. It's going back to zero. And you suckers sold at the bottom. You know who I'm talking about. Raise your hands. But the smart persons would be buying there at these juicy areas at the bottoms of the trend lines. It's what I do. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you do, just what I like to do. Some people like to wait for a confirmed breakout. Some people like to wait for a retest. They might be still waiting for a little while for some of those retests to come back down here. Anyway, I digress. The magic that we're wanting to show you right now. We lean into the microphone and talk all Australian piratey, because what we're going to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is outline the extremities of the move. This little magic tool, this little hack, if you will, gives us some very key levels. Now, did it nail it? Well, I don't know. Sometimes it might be on how you pull it. I'm double checking me areas. And I didn't say I nailed it, but notice it's an area. It's a zone, ladies and gentlemen. Get tied up in the details, you'll miss the move. 3618. Let that number burn into your head when you use a system. Those are your top areas. And it told you that not only one day, a day, ladies and gentlemen, 2 days, 3 days, 3 humps, and a dump, ladies and gentlemen, perfectly expressed at the 3618. Much like what we see play out on Total 3, boom, come pulling to the downside. Now we're retesting the area which I was marked in at, which was this 1272, because hey, I didn't want to throw anything too crazy out there, but clearly from now on I will. And now Floki SafeMoon is mocking me as it retraces back to the area that I put out as a target, ladies and gentlemen, right here at 4682. And that was the extreme target I put out too. I might have thrown out, 5047, but I would not have looked, much further than 56, but I didn't. But now we're coming back to retest that area. That's kind of cool, dude. That's a good area for bounce. A good area for a bouncy. Let's apply our regular rules now, because we can. Back out of this guy. We'll use Floki SafeMoon as our educational moment today. And I'm just trying to get this fib off. I mean, not trying to really get it off, but I'm trying to remove it from my screen. Now we can just take a regular fib here and go from swing low to swing high, and I'm actually going to connect it right up there. And where are we coming back to, man? We just lost that 618. Gosh darn it, baby. What else we got going on over here? Man, I don't like these candles, but hey, I got to deal with them. Can I change them? Oh, I can. Look, I'm going hiking ashy, because that's what I like. That's what I do. Cuts out a lot of the noise and helps you kind of reflect on the trend just a little easier. It doesn't give you all the little stop and go moments. It keeps those candles in those right colors for the trends. We're pointing down here at the 786 Fibonacci area, which is telling me decimal point 0093412 could come into play if we don't find a bounce at this. This is also a 618, and from the other fib that we pulled, it's retracting and retesting the 1.272. If that makes no sense to you, don't worry about it. It didn't to me for a long time, but hang around, it will. there's just a possibility it might come back down to this area, which would be a juicy place for a retest before it starts going on further. And we're going to look at those possibilities. Now, that doesn't mean it's getting ready to just take off and go right to the moon, but unless it gets like listed on some major exchanges or something, that could help. Because it did say it's at $1 million market cap. We haven't looked at that stuff yet, but Loki Safe might start seeing more of it. We've been in on this early, man, since Loki Toshi dropped by. All right, so don't erase it yet. I got to put my targets. Put my targets. Price label. Okay, so for this particular one, this is available on Binance. This is Floki Safe Moon. I mean, all right, so the area that we're at right now on this daily, we could find support there. It's looking like it may actually want to come down here to this 3385 area. And from there, I would actually expect a retest somewhere in this zone. Doesn't mean it has to nail that exact price, but anywhere in that zone from 40 to the 33 to 40, somewhere through there. Looks like a juicy accumulation zone on this. Reaccumulation zone on this for me, in my personal opinion. Now, what could she do from here? Well, shucks. We have to kind of do a little price predictions at the moment, so that would fall under price predictions.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Man, really? You restarted my music all over? All right. Well, if we do get a breakdown here in that 786 Fibonacci juicy area, I got you flipped. I can't. I'm not going to though. There we are. So if we come back down to that area, I am looking at these two areas as possibilities. A little local, but you know, if she gets on a big old tear, she might even go higher. And we're not there yet, but we could. Just for, you know, just in case, you know, Loki Safe Moon decides to moon on me again before I'm ready to it, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this target up here at a decimal 8 zeros and 2215. But she should be getting a nice pullback, reaccumulate, and then, you know, it'll take it a little while, or should, you know, a little while, start stair-stepping up, but start working on coming back up here to reclaim its high and then make a newer high. Oh gosh, yeah, and this target, I'm gonna leave this one out. Might be a little bit of a struggle, this area at 1151, that's 8 zeros and 1151. And from where we are, let's say if we do come back down to this area at 9 zeros and 9 zeros and 3410, eventually reclaiming our high and getting to a higher high. We could be looking at this area of, it's not telling me why. I've always got to go back and do this. Is it because we got so many zeros on this? Here we go. All right, so I have to do it from this. Use this tool. That could be a 240% gains and 271% gains just to that target. And if she gets antsy and does like a 1-for-1, well, if she bounces from the area that she's at now and does like a 1-for-1 move, she could be looking somewhere around 300 to 345% gains in there. And I know it sounds crazy, you know, until you realize that, you know, she did a 572% gains just off this bounce off the bottom of this trend line. So bouncing off this trend line could also get some, you know, notable results in my personal opinion. Cool, dude. Back to total 3, especially if the altcoins do get that bump that we're kind of looking for. Again, getting back to total 3. I am not looking for necessary immediately, but over this next 5 to 7 days, at least a bump up in altcoins, and then we might get a pullback. You know, another little, you know, bumpy. It might be a bumpy road after that. But I am seeing some nice positive signs for altcoins. Bitcoin, on the other hand, she's struggling a little bit, you know. She got to prove herself, but it could go bullish, or it could get kind of nasty. I don't really want it to get nasty. I like how I was trying to break back above my trend line here. Come on, baby. How well did I draw that trend line here on the daily? You got some wiggle room on that trend line. It's my angles. That's better than my bottom one. Rest it right on the top of this candle close, that full candle body there, right there. Got some wicks there. Tipped a little under there. I might be off just a hair, but they gave it a little bit of wiggle room. If I put it right under this candle body there, it almost knocks that one, but I don't like cutting through these candle bodies, so that breaks my rule, so I can put it back. Man, I don't know. We called this period out for something, and I need to write bigger notes, but whatever it was, it may have been a moon phase. I can't remember what Sunday the 20th, January. It was January. Oh. Never mind. Short-term memory loss. Once was red spot high, dude. So, looking here at Bitcoin and my trend lines, I see she's stumbling with one of them I got drawn with a little M pattern right there, the resistance line. Oh me, oh my, oh my, oh me. You know what I like about this though? Let me get this out here. If you isolate this part of the pattern right here, man, so it looks like a little bump and run pattern, which I think we talked about recently right here. So this little bump and run pattern is like the #1 pattern by Thomas Bukowski. Has just excellent chances to bump up to the upside. And somebody, you know, he says, look for the little bumpy bumps in the middle. As we got the little bumpy bumpsy in the middle. Oh my gosh, we got the bumpsy bumps. He calls it a bar, I call it a butt. But anyway, see, twice. We broke it. We broke it. And it might be retesting that little sucker. Now this one should, just this pattern alone doesn't, it's not like a to the moon pattern. It kind of get us back up to this area about 67,000. Maybe more, but that's all we're looking for this particular pattern if we're just isolating this little section here. So we got that might go in our favor here. For our good old Bitcoin. And on the 1 hour, I know even though she's dropping, right, everybody just got like, oh gosh, I'm so bearish. Might be, I don't know. It's still got some proving to do. Let's get on this particular chart, right? Just on these particular trend line ideas that I've got kind of spelled out here, but I got some other lines on the other charts that different thoughts, you would say, but there might be a bounce. They got some good ideas to get a bounce here, but I don't like this Ichimoku cloud coming up, and I don't like the money flow coming out. So I'm not seeing too great of things coming for the 1 hour. as the 4 hour looks like it's starting to roll over on my indicators here. So she's going to be a little scary. And honestly, she could roll over for a little while. I'm seeing this is playing out over some time here, over, you know, over a period of days. Let's come over and check the chat out, see what's going on. We've got Sam Webb. How's it going, Sam? MG Motorsport? Dirt in the Mad, let's be real. I want the dump all summer long, man. Let me load back up. Oh, I'm mixed. I'd kind of like a nice little pump up so I could at least get some more dry powder and then a nicer dump back, pull back. I would like something like that. But, you know, the way the market likes to mess with me is probably just go right on down and say, screw you, road dog, and your dry powder. But I got a plan B. I got Bitcoin that I can borrow against and get some dry powder when I need it in those pinches. So we've got a plan B in place. There's old Strega. Got Nick Finance. How's it going, man? Edric Gonzalez, Loki Safe Moon. Man, that sucker. Check my balance. Just kind of bring it up while we're here. Zerlin, the real Doge killer, Floki. Okay. Y'all like Floki Safe Moon? Edric says, if you compare the chart of Floki Safe Moon and the chart of Shiba Inu when it started, and you'll see that Floki Safe Moon has the same pattern as Shiba in its beginnings. Cool. Make a Floki Safe Moon for base. They contain the nanobots. Monkey Peepoo gonna run like bananas. So, yeah, memes are starting to run from what I understand, right? That's kind of it. People getting tired of Bitcoin. Also a good time for VCs to throw a little distraction in the market when things are coming down here. Okay, Floki Safe there. Dang, I can't believe I missed that big old pump up. But it's still higher than where I had it, so cool. Hopefully they'll get a bounce there. That would be nice. Take a look at the old juicy altcoins over here on the daily, man. Still kind of red on the day, huh? Rune's up to 520. That's a little bit of an improvement. Dogecoin was up to about 16 or something I saw earlier. Well, she got a little bit, almost at 17, a little bit of a pullback there. Let's go ahead and get, ooh, whiffs at 331. Let's go get into a little bit of the altcoin news here. See if we got anything juicy popping off for our favorite alts. Today in altcoins, today in crypto, Grayscale Spot BTC ETF has just seen its first inflow, $63 million since its launch. Seek VR announces the release of Seek 3.0 on June 3rd. Athena Labs has simplified the Athena liquidity lock. Users lock in Athena can now receive up to 100% sales boost, scaled by their USDE positions. Fetch AI minted an additional 1.4 billion FET tokens to support the ASI token exchange mechanism. Friendtech has launched the Friend token. Maker has released details on its rebranding. Each Maker will be redenominated to 24,000 new Gov token NGT tokens. Osmosis plans to launch Alloyed Bitcoin next month. Developers plan to add staked Bitcoin into the mix in June. I feel like we read this last night, did we not? I'm sure that I refreshed that. Let me double check. Have to edit that out. Here we go. I think this is the same news from last night. Let's get back to recordings.
For those of you that have been hitting that
You're supposed to roll with it, road dog. Just pretend nobody noticed, but now you look like an idiot.
Shh. Shh. Hey. Hey, Cassie. It's my side chick, Cassie. Hey, Cassie. You got to have a side chick in this business, I found out. I'm learning. Where are you? I thought you were here somewhere. There you are. May the 4th be with you, says Dave. Stricker says, I did sell some today. Flex on profits. And there's Haven. How's it going, Haven? But alrighty then, let's take a quick look over on Tokenmetrics. Do a quick little refresh here. The happy trader coins. Take a quick look at this little market. Still in our little bear sentiment, there has not flipped the little green dot there that we would like to see, giving us more into a bullish market. But our sentiments down here and our bull and bear graph here, and analysis of long-term trend of the market by looking at the proportion of coins that are trading above or below their 60-day exponential moving average. 41% are trading below that moving average. Got this bearish sentiment going on, and I'm sure that you feel that in your own wallets there. Definitely not anywhere close to altcoin season, even though we will hear that, but I do see a good little pump possibly coming for altcoins. We did talk about that. There's my little baby Decred. We hadn't talked about her for a while, but what's going on with you? That's one of my longer term, that's one of my dark horse plays right there, Decred. Let's take a look at you, baby. Oh, what am I supposed to be impressed? You're at $20. Come on now. I mean, that's a great little bargain price, but I thought we was on the run here, baby. You hit up 30 and stuff, and we were looking at a little trade setup that were just way back here, just a little scalpy thing. We've exceeded our crazy desires here, Decred. I like this one for a long-term play. I've mentioned why several times. She was hanging around $12 for the longest time, and I talked about that for the longest time because when she was at $12 before in that last run and hung out here, she just kind of went crazy and ran up to $250 freaking dollars from the get-go. Yeah. So that's why I like this one. Now currently we've got a little trade setup that's been going on since these lows. If you look over to the right over here, that's the longer term setup there, getting into those juicy $14.20 areas, and I just rock that little baby all the way up here to 61. Looky, here comes Cookie. You take the measure move, just your general run of the mill. Trend line top straight down to trend line bottom from your first top at top. Ignored that old wiki. And that gave you a nice measure move. Put that at the old breakout right here, down here. Nailed it. So, wow, cool. So we met our target for this little nice move, and it's coming back and looks nice, Decred. I like that. Now, for anyone not in this that would like to get in this, let's kind of move this over there. I'm taking this trend line here. Yeah. And I am cutting through this area here because I just got a little bit, well, it doesn't matter. It kind of does because that's where we got our little bounce here. So this one could be holding. Otherwise, I would take this into account and look for, you know, a possibility of coming down. It could happen, could come down to 16, but this looks like this area here is holding some nice strength for Decred. So coming down maybe $20, $19.50. Be a nice little zone to try to pick that up if anybody's trying to get in on it. But I do see a nice little move coming up, and from that area, nice 136% move to around $46, $56, 189%, 218 to 62. And you know, this one takes a long time to move, but when she starts going, she starts going. And then you look back and say, dang, should have got in that there, but it's too expensive now. I'm going to wait. And you keep saying that, and you keep saying that, or I kept saying that. I'll just put it that way. I kept saying that I was in it, but I didn't get a big position. But what I did get, what I was amazed by, well, it's too high. I'm going to wait for it to come down. No, it'll come down more. Boom. Oh man, it's doing awesome. Wish I got more. I'll wait for it to come down. I'll wait for it to yeah, and you just say that to yourself the whole way up. Yeah, not fun. So I do buy in that. I don't know. Some people consider them risky areas, and I don't. I just think when you buy at the bottom of a trend line here, on the bottom trend line, you can control your risk a little bit better because you just, you know, if it starts breaking that line, you know that, you know, you can get out and with, you know, a lot less risk than if I'm waiting. And there is a sense to this, you know, you got a high up here and you wait for price to come up wherever, and each high on the way up here, you can play the same way. But like this one, wait for it and get a bounce, and you can. You definitely can. But it's but what works best for me is kind of nailing these bottoms, and that just fits into my risk tolerance. But this would be the safer way to play it. But the reason I like to get it down here is because if we do come back down and retest this area, well, if I got down here, I don't really have anything to worry about. I might even already, you know, stopped out in profit, or, you know, if I'm trying to let it ride, I'm cool. As long as I know we don't make a lower low, we're still good. But if I'd bought up here, I might got stopped out and frustrated. That happens a lot, and sometimes they'll do that and just take right on off, and sometimes they'll come back down. I don't know. And if you know, your stop loss would be a lot bigger. You'd have to put really under the same area where I was nibbling at. But if it came back down there and crossed that line, that would be where your stop loss. You'd have more losses. That's how I look at it. But I do keep these entries in mind. I just see these as higher risk entries. But for me, that's why I like the diagonal trend line, because I can get in before we get up there, and it kind of gives me a little bit of a confirmation. So I like diagonal trend lines when I try to get in something too. So if I don't get on the bottom, I get on the break of a diagonal usually. Just the things that I do. Hey, there's Joe. How's it going, Joe? And Haven. So DCR, that's just one of my little guys. Happened to notice that she was taking or popping up here. Synthetics, we've talked about that one. I never got back in on that one. How is Synthetics doing? Check it out here on Binance. I can't say that I'm very impressed. I mean, it's not bad. It's just still looks like she's in a nice little accumulation zone here. A nice little rounding formation that might be happening there. We got our worst performers with no sauna. Yay. Yeah, I have a bag of no sauna. The ones that have been, hey, Book of Memes starting to come back up. We've got to take a look at that. Golem's doing pretty well today. Nervous Network's been doing pretty well today. So these are the ones that have been doing well today. So take a look at WIF. So Doge got a little bit of a pullback, but WIF seems to be, everything got a little bit of a pullback, didn't it? What did I just do there? Hit that reverse button for a second. All right, WIF, there we are. So Whiffy looks like she's getting a breakout above the non-moving average. I like that on the daily. That's cool. It hasn't yet crossed over bullishly the 21. That's that red one. I would like it better if I see that happen. That kind of, you know, just a little confirmation. Helps me to breathe better if I'm in a trade on it, that we have more upside. Reclaim this 50 moving average. That's cool. I don't see any sneaky obstacles in its way yet, but we don't really have a whole lot of price action have come down the smaller time frame. Here we go. So I used the old Lucy line here. That's what I pulled up, and we're good on that. We got above her. There's a chance. Let's go ahead and throw this out there. This 360 is crossing over this 666 moving average. I'm just going to start calling it the 600 moving average. Everybody dig for the details if they want it. Call it Lucy and the 600 moving average, but a smaller moving average might be crossing negatively over that. So pull back to Lucy right here, $3.02. File that in the back of your mind. Maybe even back to the 200. But do notice that we got the 50 crossing that on the 2 hour here. This is a golden cross. So nice. Let's see where Lucy's falling in with our fibs, because it looks like she's at close to an interesting area. A 382 area. That's okay. That's a nice area to bounce off of for a much bigger move to the upside. When I'm looking at fibs, any bounces, confirmed bounces, like not that we come down and just start zoning out and ranging and doing all this, but if we bounce here, and especially if you see it make a higher high, that's a good chance this sucker's getting ready to rip. It only happens when things are really, really bullish though. But coming down to this 382 area, well, that's your next little rung in the ladder. That's a good one to bounce off of. If it's getting ready to do something much, much bigger, yeah, that's where she's going to. Yeah, we're going to do it. So I watch price and I watch these areas, and as we get to those areas, I look for other signs, make sure, you know, see how our RSI is doing. Are we bottom out? Because we need to be. If we're not, then, well, I'm probably not going to get that can. How are we going to make it go up if we're not down at the bottom? So I need to be at the bottom on the RSIs too. You know, and some other little indicators, and yeah, they need to be set ready to spring up from a bottom if it is a bottom, right? So we'll put these little things together. This is more the stuff that I try to talk on our member streams, but I feel kind of talkative. It must be the gummies. So, I'm just playing with my trend lines. I like to play with trend lines. That was from, was a possible double bottom thing that, Now we got a bigger W. That's kind of interesting to see how things start to play out. I don't know. It's like ripples on a pond or something. You start using, there's a pattern, but it kind of grows and changes, and so maybe this one didn't do the excellent thing, but now we kind of come up and now we're making a bigger version of this pattern. Bigger W. And if we can just confirm above it, man, we got a gooder chance to go upper. It's more gooder. The fact that we're above this trend line here, even though that was a fake out. Now, technically, I would have to include that if I want to be a stickler. And sometimes it's good to be a stickler. So that also gets us a little confirmation when I put all this stuff together. We might be coming back for a bounce off of this trend line, off of Lucy and the 360. If we do get a bounce, it might be enough just to pull this 360 this 360 moving off of that 600 moving average and get it to going up the upside too. So dog with hat looking, I see she's coming down and then with a chance to go up. Slightly cloudy with a chance of meatballs. And then we would be looking at each of these areas for our targets, 430, 479. And I'll wait for confirmation of this breakout before I give a nice juicy target, but we can go ahead and give a measured move. I feel comfortable doing that. You know, we'll just go from this high, and the thing that sucks about it is how solid is this? I mean, for real. Let's get the most solid touches. Let's go from our high, swing it right down and touch that trend line. And it kind of suggests that we might be able to come up. If we were to go straight up, we would run into a resistance right here at this trend line. That's kind of interesting. 460 would be a measure move there for whiff. Dog whiff Hattie. All right, let's see. Now we come over to ratings on Tokenmetrics. We can see what's got the higher trader ratings over here. Now I think there's something different in these settings. But I'm getting a lot of stuff that I'm just not ever hearing about before. Maybe my ears just not to the game. Something seems different over here, just from default. And used to the trading signal would come up bullish or bearish, but now it's kind of how can we filter? Well, let's look for the old bullish ones. Alright. So the ones with the highest trader grades are listed more toward the top. And now we can see that we're weeding out. We're looking for most of the bullish ones, the top rated bullish ones. And then what percentage that they have gained in price over the last 24 hours here or lost. Still something that I'm just not as familiar with, but we got Grow, which is Valley Dow, listed on, oh cool, it tells me listed on Bilaxy Uniswap version 3. We got Chippy listed on Radium and Jupiter. Oh, that's helpful. Sabi Echoverse on Bitmark Uniswap. StoreX on BitTrue, Hybit, Bitmart, HitBTC, XSwap Protocol version 3. Octaspace, I've heard of that one. Octaspace has got a trader grade of 83%. Let's take a look at Octaspace just to see what that one, see what the chart looks like. What does a high trader grade chart look like? Probably at a high. That's the sad thing. Probably in an area that you wouldn't feel comfortable buying, or I wouldn't feel comfortable buying. That's what I usually find when I track them down. What do we got here? Oh, we've looked at this before, and it's it's just higher highs, higher lows. Seems to be what she's doing. Let's erase everything that we got there. I don't know if I nailed it or not, but generally how this works on YouTube is that we go, nailed it. If you've been in my group, you would have been mine right here. If you've been tuning in, we looked at it when it was way down here. You'd be up 57,000%. So I don't know. Dude, I just like to chart, man. And I like to talk about crypto, and you guys don't run away from me when I do it. So, hey. I think if you really boil it down, that's the truth of the matter.
Now, all he wants to do is talk about crypto.
stop, I won't stop. I won't stop. No, 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 no.
So this looks kind of coolio. Or what was it? Were we looking at Octa? I know nothing about. I guess we could have looked at the tokenomics. We didn't click it though. But it looks like she's headed up to this area about 237, 238-ish. Now that's not a given. And one of your first signs on these things that, you know, you're going to suffer a pattern, you know, some downside is if they don't touch that. So if they start coming up around this area that we were at before, like peter out before that, that's a good sign of more downside. Or if they come up just a little higher and then they start petering out, it might not make it up there. It might be your first signs that this pattern's starting to dwindle down. With all the hair. I think this should be interesting. I do not know, but that angle should. Lock it in. Screw that.
Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Table set, not tables turn.
All right, let's put out the fibby fibs. How do we? Which way do you want to do this? What, you got a 618? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. I'm just gonna cheat. I'm gonna use the cheat codes. And I'm looking for 225 out of this little guy. For Octa. Which, we're on the daily chart. Now, what would that be? About 30? I don't know, about 35%. So we're on the daily. Let's just come on down to the 1 hour, because if this is a trader coin, you need to be looking at this on smaller time frames anyway. What's so special about you, Octa? I'm not really seeing the specialness till Lucy gets above the 800. For real, for real. All right, so here's the deal with these. All right, you're going to play her for a trader coin. The pullback would be what you need to buy and look for. And that's assuming that we've topped out here. Doesn't mean that we have by any means. But, you know, looking to the left, you see that we kind of ran into some resistance right over here at this area. So maybe we did. You can also use a fib there. So swing low to swing high. Tell me where's a good buy. 618 always a good place. It just is, and especially if you look and see a lot of indicators hanging out there, probably is even a better place to think about, to be honest with you. So we'll paint her green. I try to remember to paint these green as a buy zone. Blow her up to 16 because I can't see you. Let's take her to 20. Yeah. So probably come down there, and you know, it doesn't have to. It'd be really cool actually just to see it bounce at 136 and respect this trend line, and just then shoot to the moon. Well, not really to the moon, but it's 222 anyway. So Octa looks kind of interesting for a trader, so that would be a trade setup. It's oh, nice little bounce off it. What are we on, the 6 hour? How about on the 6 hour? Anyway, I am, and it's about off the 600 moving average there. That's nice. It actually does look so. 1 wave, 2 wave, three humps on the top. So we got another humpy hump probably coming. Probably find something if you flip on your Ellie wave indicator here, and oh, Elliot, well, you're just always full of bad news, Elliot. Elliot says it's over, at least for this move. Oh no, really, Sherlock? Says ABC, really? Elliot got nothing to say on the daily. Okay, you sticking with it, Elliot? All right. So if this is ABC, this is a new wave. A new 5-point wave to the upside. Coolio. That should be kind of bullish for Elliot. That's probably why she's good listing higher as, or probably one variable that comes into play for her listing higher as a highly graded trader coin. So cool. RabbitX is, are you really? It's about time you do something, RabbitX. BitBoy hadn't been talking about RabbitX anymore, has he? Well, not until it pumps, and then he'll remind you about when he called it. I don't know. I just get tired of seeing the game. Now we're gaming the game. All right, so investor-wise, what's kind of flipping the boxes over here? Nervo's Network coming in at a nice high score there. Seller Network, Ren, Helium, Harmony One, believe it or not, still under 2 cents at the moment. I like, if you can get it about a penny and a half or even under 2 cents, not bad, because she can easily go to 3.5 cents and 4 cents a lot of times. And eventually she'll get up. She may even hit 28 cents, depending on whatever they get going on. I don't know. They've been a wee bit lackluster. Avalanche, I see, is at $37. That's not horrible. Things are down, but they, you know, I do see, again, with total 3, a good chance that we might have a little upswing. Got to be patient for it. ATXC, I think I said that wrong. Floki Safe Movie Market has 6 months maximum for exposed Altcoins. Oh, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's a super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Floki Safe Move. We did take a look at Floki Safe. It does look like it has a good chance to bounce. Was this it? And one of these two areas, I'm kind of thinking it's looking like she's going to come down to this area, which is a little bit of a zone. So if I take this and put that to an extreme, we can kind of. Where you at? Right? Yeah, copy. So 38, between 33 and 38, a bounce between somewhere through there. And then I'm looking at reclaim these highs, retest these highs that she was just at. Nice move that it had. Really good. But, getting this big parabolic move, it does need some time to kind of regroup, and coming down to these areas, it might be part of that. And then she kind of stair-step her way up. But excellent, man. That was great. The market cap and everything. Did we ever get out? How do you get out of here? I can't ever get out of this Dex Tools thing. I have to, reload? Floki. Oh, she must have got up to $1 million. It says it's got $373 million dollar market cap right now. 189,000 or 1,890 holders. Liquidity is, there we go. Got a Dex score 86 out of 99. With a buy tax of 1%, sell tax of 0.09. Floki Safe me. Take a look at Avalanche. Where's a good place to buy? This one is down. Well, kind of where we've been at. Let's maybe. I'm looking on the where am I at? 8-hour time frame. Just happened to be on that weird ass time frame. I don't like breaking. Well, yeah, I got a trend line, but how good of a trend line is it? It's my question. Let's turn some of this stuff off. I mean, I've got the angle for this one, right? And we just extended it, and it seems to have a little something there. But really, I mean, we kind of lost that, and you had to track for the overall move. You had to track this, which she went freaking, down and then went crazy and did a retest of that trend line up here at a higher high, and now we're just coming back. I think this is a great place to get it, honestly. I don't have a good bottom trend line to go with here. So in a case like this, you kind of rely on your fibs and things and zoom out. This is where I pull from that swing high to swing low, and then I'll draw that trend swing high from right here. Last high when it was $103 before she came all the way down to, geez, $8. September last year. Juicy. And if you've been watching this channel, you'd be up 138,000%. She did some nice things. Had a nice little breakout of Folly Wedge there. But anyway, we pulled this Fibonacci, and so we got this 236 area. Now I consider anything under what happened to you? I consider anything. I'm gonna just take this big fat line and move it down there. I consider anything under this line to be accumulation. You could call it. I guess some people would call it a Why we have oh crap. A demand zone. That's right. Demand zone. Or a buy zone. You can look at it as accumulate. That's what this is where people want to kind of buy when it's on the cheap cheats at the low lows. We're just kind of retesting that top of that fib area right there. In my personal opinion, I think it's got a great chance to bounce there. There are all these other little signs that were suggesting that too. There's also a little bit of bullish divergence here. As we're on I'm on a 3-day, I'm on a much bigger time frame, so this one holds a lot more weight. And we've got an angle up here, whereas on our RSI, we've got a much stronger angle to the downside. So we do have some nice, that would be your hidden bullish divergence, which just means that once this finds a nice place of support, which this Fibonacci qualifies for that, the trend can and should continue on to the upside. So what is this? I don't need that, whatever that was. We're just trying to, so, we had this, but, all right. So all we can do is just go with what we've got, and it may continue making lowers. We just got to get as many touches as we can get. And so I'm just taking our lowest one and taking it to this lowest one, and we'll just have to go from that. Now that could be, if this is a bounce area, we might have some information, and we can look for a confirmation. If there's an angle between these candle bodies over here, we may have found it. So, taking that logic into mind, might we reverse engineer this idea, which I do all the time? Let's adjust this angle to the angle. This is because I'm a trend line freak, man. I don't know. I started before I learned to do TAs, true story. Before I decided to go out and pay for any kind of course or trading group, I said, man, I'm going to spend 30 days just seeing what I can learn by myself with this and what I do know. And it was basically trend lines. I examined trend lines from every possibility that came across me, and so I have an affinity for trend lines because they do tell me stuff, and I found that on my own, so it means a little something to me. But anyway, and then WD Gann also talks about the angles and trend line, and I was like, So I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to respect that. Gosh darn it, I was hoping we'd fall beneath it and be above it, but we're not. So AVAX, what's up, baby? Are you in danger of coming down to the downside? You are. If she does cross below this line, this accumulation, reaccumulation thing, or accumulation zone, buy zone is what I'm calling it. You can come down a little bit more. And there's a 200 moving average. All that's in the cards, but it doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be on the forefront of your thinking, I don't believe. Elliot seems to think that we are getting our A bounce and come up to an AB, then probably come back down for a C, which would be a... You want to double you down here again? I mean, if you did this idea, that would... Yeah, but... Huh. Interesting. All right, so I did play with that idea up here, but I do want to take in consideration our new information there, so... Let me mark this one as, wait, I know it's not matching that same angle. Here we are on the daily now. It looks a little bit more promising on the daily for AVAX. Let me take Elliott off of here. And we are above the 9-moving average. So any time frame that I see price above the 9-moving average and it's reclaimed it, I can't say anything bad about it. Because she's giving it the good old college try there. She's putting her best foot forward. First step for any recovery. And, you know, as long as she stays above the 9, she's going to be the victor and, you know, the champ. So nothing but positive thoughts and positive vibes when we're above the 9 there. And we're reclaiming the 21. Now I just need to see that 9-moving average follow price action across that 21. And then we got a big old U-turn right above this 200 moving average, which is a great sign for more upside. Nice little W pattern there, double bottom. We got the old belt line right here. Belt line. That suggests that we could look for a price to come back up to this $40 area. Should at least come up there to test that. It might get rejected, go back a little bit. I don't know. That's what we have to wait. We're not fortune tellers. We're just, you know, going by probabilities of how price action acts and has acted in the past. And we get some, you know, there's some indicators that give us some helpful ideas to maybe look for some confluence. And of course, I like the Fibonacci. I think that tells me a lot. You know, you put your little bag of goulash all together and it makes a nice little tasty stew that just fills you and warms you up. You know, it works for you. You can come around and visit other people's channel like Joe, Trade Intuition. Go check him out. Check out his little juicy stew, his little toolbox, man. Dig around in our toolboxes, see what works for us. I'm giving away my tools for free. I think Joe's giving away a lot of his tools for free. You go and take some tools, add them to your toolbox, and, you know.
When I was a kid, I was a phenom. When I was a kid, I was a beast. I pull up, then I be
And then you come back and you kick ass in this market. That's what you do. You kick ass in this market and you tell you're going to stop taking my money. I got the toolbox, bitch. You go all Jesse on it like in Breaking Bad. Yeah. What you going to do now, bitch? That's what you got to do. Go Jesse on it. And we got some nice little divergence for me here. We're on the daily on the AVAX. Yeah, on what is this, Market Cipher? Some bullish divergence going right here. That's bullish. That's trend changing bullish. That's the regular normal bullish divergence where they bottom here, making a nice little lower low while the wave table here is making a higher high and saying, "Baby, I'm ready to rock your world. Are you ready? You ready, baby? You ready? You're gonna mount this puppy?" We're not going to talk about mountain puppies. That's just not going to happen. You can expect some of this resistance here at 3930-ish area where that 200 moving average is coming into play, and you know we got this little trend line here too. You know, you can find all kinds of little areas that can work into whatever trading or investing strategy that you have got there. Just know there is a possibility to get her a little bit cheaper. She can always come back and retest these trend lines, and maybe this 100 moving average area at 35 could happen. Bounce off the 39, come back. It could happen, might not. Gotta kind of weigh that out. Personally, I would say that it probably will happen just because, you know, right now these toppy tops here, you know, is kind of swinging to the downside, and on the RSI, kind of swinging to the upside. Now that's a bearish divergence on the smaller time frame. Well, the smaller, I switch time frames. So it's telling me in the short term, yeah, somewhere in this area that we topped out over here. Yeah, kind of doubtful you're going to make it past there, baby. I would say you're going to find some heavy resistance. You may not even make it up that high. And that's what that's saying. Because I'm getting ready to slam you down. So this one is your hidden bearish divergence. It's the ones where the price is coming down like this and the indicator is coming up like this. It's like a little right hand shape of a diamond, and that's why I've got my little thing, which it hasn't ever taken off. It must really kind of suck, but that's how I keep it straight in my head, because it's like the little greater than, less than signs with the fishies. That's the only way that I could keep that straight in my head. So if that helps you, cool. If it makes you more confused, forget you ever saw it. I just gotta remember to take it off the screen so you guys can see what we're looking at here. Hey, we got 12 people hanging out. Cool. Saturday night. You guys married? Because if you're single, you wouldn't be here. I'm just saying, probably not. Unless you're like really smart and you know the real weight. Make that. Yeah. They like that too. So I see some nice areas to bounce off of here of AVAX. How about Solana? If meme coins are starting to pop off, Solana should start popping off, wouldn't you think? She's currently at $144. What have we done? Have you reclaimed a trend line? Solana, how dare you? Did you? You little frisky thing, you. I can't. Are you believing this frisky behavior out of Solana? Here on this week, I can't see all this stuff in my way. Tighten up that trend line, man. Ooh, that's nice and tight. Oh, look at those candle bodies. How respected it. There. We broke down it, and are we regaining it? We're above the 9-moving average, so I can't say anything bad about Solana right now. And it looks like we're trying to reclaim this trend line. Now, if we do, me personally, I read this as hella bullish. These are the risky ass trades that I'd love to just pile in on and say, I'm going hard. And my same logic is, I'm on the bottom of trend line. This is what I identify as a bear trap. We trap them bears they're trying to short here because, you know, they're looking for this retest to go short and put some stop losses right up here, on up to up there. Because they're saying Solana's going to go to zero, bitch. Why are you cussing? Stop.
Sorry, Rodolph. Our Father who art...
So that's what they're banking on for that to happen. Stop loss up here. So when we do break above that trend line and then people see that and say, oh crap, way close they can handle. This is a trap. Let's go. Let's all pile in and market maker, whatever. I don't know. Price comes up, but when we start getting a short, you know, all these, they're putting stop losses all through here. This is like the safer area to do it, right? But they got stop losses through here that can get triggered, and you know, people buying in, seeing the signs, and we just kind of triggered that little domino effect, and we could even blast on up through there. So that would be awesome. So usually you get a stronger move when you bounce back into a pattern. I like that. So let's take a look on the smaller time frame here. She got some work to do here on the 4-hour though. She's still below that 200 moving average. So technically on this time frame, I'm saying I'm bearish on this time frame. Doesn't mean I won't play it though. Just means I'm gonna, you know, I gotta be careful. Because until a week price gets above and maintains above that 200 moving average, that's the yellow one on my chart right here. This one. And then, you know, you've got to have more of a bearish mentality. Even if she is riding that 9, baby, we can still say good things about her, but you know, 200 trumps the for your overall momentum sentiment, I guess you would say. And we're starting to lose that 9 moving average here on the 4-hour. So Lonnie, since she broke a trend line, she's getting ready to pull back. Looks like about 138 might come into play here. Boom. Can we fib her out? I just like to do a lot of things, man. I'll look, you can just, if I'm eyeballing this, I've already got my targets and everything, but you know, when I'm doing it here on the stream and there, I'm showing different ways that you can get to the same things. And, you know, in a pinch, any one of these would work. And just to be a little bit more thorough, finding several things that tell you the same areas, those are the best ones, in my opinion, to go with for your targets. So that's how I do it anyway. So 134, 137 possibility. Don't ever dismiss the 618. See how far down the steps will she fall, basically, or how many rungs on the ladder will she break until she, I have no clever response for that. So she calls for help, and the ambulance, I don't know. But breaking this trend line tells me, we got a good chance to come down. And the first area is this 236 area. She starts bouncing there. Well, she might decide to ride that trend line on up here to this area before she starts, making a bigger drop. So I mean, it's not always a given, but that's the first sign to get out of any kind of trade, or just to make sure you got your strategy in place. If you're that's a good chance for us to start going down. She broke trend. We're doing something different now. You got to figure it out. And you got to decide, well, do I want to ride this down if we're going down? Am I willing to ride the roller coaster and go wee? Or do I just want to sell now and maybe, catch a falling knife when she starts, hey, there's the baby falling. I got you. So, you got to figure out what you're going to do. If we find a bounce over here, we start reclaiming this area. I'm looking for more upside out of Solana. I'm just saying. It is 12:27. Here's the Road Dog Crypto Show. Logan Sapiens says the graph looks better in Dex Screener. Oh, was I not? Where am I at? Oh, I'm on Dex Tools. I think we've done this, right? You're going to verify I'm human? Don't you maybe pick out fire hydrants, man? If it makes me pick out fire hydrants, man, I'm skipping this section. I'm just saying. I hate that. Okay, cool. We don't have to pick up fire hydrants. I don't like fire hydrants or bicycles anymore just because of that. So, what the hell did I do? I did something. Clicked. Check my wallet. Okay. Logan Safe Moon. I might already have it charted over here. C3, that's it. Or maybe I don't. She looks very, very much similar to the other one to me. 786 area bounce right there. Oh, it looks like we're starting to get a bounce there. Coolio. Maybe a little wick down. Where are you? $32. I think that's the same number as we had, though, right? Anywhere between 33 to 40-ish. Should be a cool little area for it. Trigger said, looking like a pumpkin. I'm feeling like a pumpkin. I do have a pumpkin face somewhere. Hey, I'm seeing what's poppin' over here real quick. Let's just let's breeze through a few coins just to prove to myself that I can still do this. All right, so Opulus, man, I'm here on the daily too, coming back. She might be looking somewhere between 13 cents, which she's hanging out at 16 cents right now. I like these bottom areas because, I like the bottom areas. I like this one. This is one of my dark horses too. Now she's got a big retracement, but she's still, I got her a lot cheaper. But that was a nice run up to 37 cents on this one. There's the one prediction out that, I don't know, it sounds out there, but what if this one does get to $82? I know it sounds crazy, but then I started, this is in the real world asset things with music and music rights and ownership. They're doing some other stuff that they're doing over there. It might, I don't know. What else we got? We got Theta. Yeah, I start talking too much. I'm never going to run through these. Theta back in the pattern. So she's already touched the bottom twice with a higher high. So maybe we got to discard this idea. We got to do Theta all over. We got to respect the new data that we got now, which would be this trend line. And it probably makes more sense respecting this trend line now. That's why we always got to keep updating our charts and stuff. Now look, now isn't that perfect? Let's do a replay of what we just did there. This is what we started with, which we were following this original trend line and before it broke to the down. And then she went to the moon, and we were looking for that. When she come back, and then, you know, she didn't respect this. We got to start looking at something different now. We got new data here. Got this trend line headed up that way. Oh crap, did I lose the whole thing? Oh, it didn't let me pass, so I've actually got to delete it and redo it all again. Okay, well, anyway. So Theta, we're taking this. I find this to be very, very accurate at this point in the market. Price travels in a channel. That's one of my basic tenets in this trading thing, is that price travels in a channel. You just got to find that channel. And once you do, what goes on within that channel just becomes a lot easier to read, because you've got a grasp of the bigger picture, and to me that's important. And we're bouncing twice off of this, and that looks like a successful retest. It's not confirmed till we make a higher high here, which is going to be an issue, because look, this little wicks and this little wicks and this little wicks, that's a horizontal support resistance, which is probably a big, one of them big ass fibs. Kind of coming in right here at this 382 if I'm doing this way, which is not really. It would be this one that we would need to pull for. And where was it? Yeah, well, the same number, but same area, but it's different. But still, that area at 2.53 cents might be a hiccup, and it was before. So getting above it's going to be really cool, and then we can blast to the upside. And are we going to do a price prediction on Theta? The easiest way, I mean, there's various things that we can do a prediction, but I like to just look to the past, because it'll tell you, baby. Fibonacci's is a friend. She's already identified this area, already identified that one. And seriously, 685 looks really juicy to me. And of course, then we've also got 550, which 550 will probably get a nice rejection. Probably a nice little play there to take some profit. 550 for Theta. I am not blazing through these at all, am I? I'm just kind of getting stuck, because this is what happens. So if you're new to the channel, this is what I do. I get lost in the charts, man. And you got some confluence to this little angle down here. You suck. You suck. Maybe you're not it. You got some angle to my dangle? I go out to the wick. That's a big wick. Oh, dude, got it. Nailed it. Boom, shaka like a boom. We identified our big old ass channel. So that's nice, isn't it? That gives you an idea. Hey, if we do get ballsy, we can probably make it all the way up to the top of this channel. Wherever price intersects with that, that would be a good place to put a target. Probably kind of lines over here to the left of these areas. 433. I roll with you, baby. I throw you up there. I believe it's in you. I think you're a good target. You is kind. You is beautiful. You. I don't know. You can do's it. Go do's it, Theta. Can we move on? How about Waves? Waves is taking a beating, man, and I got a Waves trade that I just, and it's already up. I've been loading up on some Wavies, my huevos, because I still got that one count. That one, Yeah. Nailed it. We still got to come back and retest that area though, so I'll just leave it there because I like coming back to it and going, nailed it. If you'd been in our group.
Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home.
I like what I'm seeing here. So there's some bullets to burn. I'm on the daily too. Bullets to Birches playing there too. Theta looks juicy. If you're not in Theta, this is a nice area to look for it. I am looking for it to go back to 4. I'm looking at Theta. I'm not going to probably do anything with my bags until we're around the $8 areas because I know it can get there. But she can also hang around, $12 to $16 pretty well too. She did that pretty good down here. 12 to 16 and 18. Yeah. That's why I remember it so well. She hung around there for a long time, meaning that she'll get back there and hang around there for a while again too, probably. That's what I'm planning on doing, something bigger with my waves bags. Because she's in a nice juicy place here. I can't see just playing this for a few dollars, making my 4% and getting out, and then looking back and saying, dang man, I could have made shit ton of fine and I sold that for that $200 profit or whatever. Nice rounded bottom shape for waves. It turns out it's usually a pretty good trader coin for all this little, she likes to fluctuate, so she's good to jump in and out of. It's seems to be a favorite of trading groups for this reason, seems to me. So it's got Melt Face's reputation is what I hear, and I got in it early this time. You're talking way too much on this. Nakamoto Games says struggling. She's struggling at a juicy price, maybe. Let's throw some pasta. Oh, they're green. I don't know. Those are usually buy signals. I can imagine. I don't know if I did or not. Might have. We're probably looking at retesting this area. Here's the thing. So the trade setups we talked about. See, this is why I like buying at the bottoms in these areas, even where we're at now. And it seems all, oh my God, let's lose it and go to zero. These are my favorite places to look for buying. Versus, I don't like these. I don't like buying the highs. And this is it's a method, but it's so risky, and it worked here, right? And it came back and retested, and you could have gotten in, rode it, and look, it actually touched the top of the trend line right there. And then boom, we started, well, it's at the top of the trend line. What do? Use the time to go the other direction, right? Reverse. Well, we did, and came all the way back down to the bottom of the trend line. So, by this strategy, you can, it's a less successful trade. It would only been successful if we at least bounced from there and made a higher high, but we didn't. We came back down and made a higher low for this low over here. So, well, there we go. That's why I like the bottoms. And so whenever I trade or invest, or DCA, or whenever I'm planning on buying, I like to look for these things. Or when they come across, I like to have dry powder. And the trickiest part is that I find is making sure that you have dry powder for when these prices happen. We always look back in this market and say, well, it's just smart. You would have bought right here when it was at 7 cents. Yeah, we're always going. It's easy to go back and do that. But what we don't remember is that, a lot of people, wherever these bottoms are on these coins, we didn't have any money then because something tanked the market, man. It's not like everybody's sitting there with dry powder. Like, probably Dow Jones fell, the whole market's probably, everybody's down and scared, like, and I'm in the red, I already bought down here and now we sunk down. A lot of people get in those situations. You're tied to, you're caught up in it. So it's easier to, it's easy to see people go back and look and buy it here. This was the place you should have did, Monday morning quarterbacking or whatever, which, it's a thing on YouTube. So, but it's easy just to forget that, the reason people didn't was they were hurting, scared, and not just scared, afraid. but hurting, man. Our hands are tied. I have no more money to put in this market right now. I'm just at the whims. I'm at the mercy of the market. Please go up, and then it did. That's what's really going on a lot of time. But they look back on it and just, yes, I cleverly deployed strategically to the penny where I wanted to enter my well thought out planned trade here because I knew. No. You asked to sweating bullets like everybody else. So, oh God, I hope this works. If we be truthful about it, most of the time, I don't know. It depends on how much dry powder you got. If you got dry powder, you're just skipping along. Like, hell yeah, come on down, baby. And I prefer to be on that. And the only way to be in that is when you start having some kind of strategy to pull out these profits as we start going up, whether it's moonbagging it or having, I don't know, something. Having your targets where you're jumping all the way out or just taking portions, but you got to be pulling money out. And if you're not playing this game right. And the little subtle reminders are the pullbacks when you come back and say, I ran out of money. I have no other way to get more cash. And that is becoming less and less for me. And that's cool. That's a sign of maturing as a trader, because as well as you get out here, so much for blazing through these charts, huh? As much as you can get out here and you can do the most beautiful TA, the most accurate TA, you could nail it. You might almost be, by gosh, I swear he might be psychic. It's just like he knows. You could be so good at doing where we're going to, the perfect entry, or, a great entry, an excellent entry, and an excellent target to sell. We're not going to say perfect. We'll just say excellent. Just ones that are, wow, man, that's amazing. But how your psychology during how this plays out and your ability to manage your trade, especially if you're using leverage, then you got to add in risk management and just your whole trade management. These are the things that it's these things that you learn that, this is where the money is made, right here. You don't sell it too soon. You don't hold on to too longer. And this comes with time. I'll say it comes with time, because that's a combination of mastering your emotions, then also mastering your dang capital and trade, man. Like, I gotta have a line in the sand, and I gotta respect that. Oh crap, this leverage trade is like deep in the red. Like, I'm at negative 70%. I'm close to getting liquidated. And you're like, well, trade management's probably what you need to focus on more. And I do that too. But little by little, we get it back, baby. Little by little, we get it back and take advantage. But we know enough secrets to play in these markets, and know overall we're at a really good place in altcoins with the big pullback we got. And I do see that we could be getting some upside over noticeable that you'd probably want to be in on it. I'm just saying. Here we are with Aave. Nice big pullback for you. Hadn't invalidated my trade idea from this little breakout from this. Yeah. Been in Aave for a minute. Oh, look. Now, measure move right here. 145. Nailed it. Or it nailed me. It actually went up to, where'd you go? Back. I don't want to move to that, but I can't say the way. I think it went like 155 and we had like 145. So we'll just, I don't know. That trade setup is played for a trade setup. Whatever. Now we're looking at a possibility. It could come all the way back and retest this trend line. That's what sucks. But we got all these little nice little areas to the left over here where it could be support, and we're trying them, man. So now we gotta look where we got the most bunches of candles, right? We got the most noise right through here, and that's the area that we're hopefully finding some support here on AVE. ICP is actually the one I've been trying to get to for the past 15 minutes. I was supposed to be doing my final thoughts. Had a different type of setup here, still following this channel idea, right? Put it on top. Seems to be working out. I haven't really nailed this as much. It's like there's something else here in this horizontal. So, I mean, that's one idea of a way to look at it. My preferred way is just zoom out and pull a freaking fib and just know that this is the area that we got to eventually get a pub, and at some point we will, and once we do, well, we're ready to go for much bigger targets, which kind of translates to me like, you mean, so if I buy underneath this line, then I should be able to get in at a really good price? Yes, exactly. So I use this as my accumulation areas, and it lets me know if I break above this area that I need to be ready to put my big boy pants on, and because we're getting ready to go on a big old ride. Train's leaving the station, but not just yet. So this is kind of cool for targets, which we could get up to, and 46 is cool to put up there for just to throw up there for ICP as just something. But the same little trick that we just figured out this accumulation zone, also we'll do this on the very last high that we had, and that was $23 back in March 22, something like that. Pull that down, and then that gives us same thing, and some areas that we might be bouncing off of. So 1074 would suck if it comes back into play. To write it down, just let your bags go down there, but it could, and technically you could come back and retest 768. You're not wanting to hear that. Doesn't mean you have to, baby. Doesn't mean you have to. We just got to nose about it. And then from here, why don't we do this? See if we got anything here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. We're listening. The soundtrack tonight is Nick HD, I think. So I kind of look at this idea and hope and pray that this trend line holds, because if it doesn't, then gosh darn it, my little smart margin idea is just gonna suffer. But I kind of like that we got some confidence with this angle here, that this might be the channel we're in. Maybe we come back down 1053, maybe we don't, but then maybe we bounce up to 24. ICP. Zen Horizon's at a way crazy, look. Yeah, you remember this target at $18? I said, I know it sounds crazy until that one day when you look around and then you go, nailed it. There you go. 1848. I know is one of no way in hell, Road Dog. No way in hell. It's Fibonacci, baby. It's Fibonacci. That's all I got to say. It's Fibonacci. If this impresses you, because it's damn sure a great way to trade. If you can locate areas where a price is most likely to reverse and use those as targets, oh my God. At the possibilities that open up before you, and that's what Fibonacci will enable you to do, or at least help you to do. And I'm not crazy about that, but I gotta be, because that's our new information. So low, a touch. Now we have a valid trend line. Now we have a valid angle for horizon. And by gosh darn it, isn't that angle just kind of cool? How it just kind of touches over here and touches there and kind of even runs through a wick. Although we're starting to get a little shaky there. Start running through. It did run through this here too, but overall, basically same idea. Trend. Well, we'll be coming back up to $18, $20 after this bounce at 870. And I mean, if you're willing to hold this for a while, might be a play. She's definitely at an accumulation bottom, and she might spend a little bit more time here. before she decides to run up big and reclaims these areas, you know, up to $160. Yeah, $160 is where she's been at before. So at $8, it kind of makes it sound like, well, I'm just saying. Pancake, everything taking a drop, making them in some nice juicy areas where they're finding bounces at previous support, which I think is worth looking at. Now, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I know you get it at a cheaper price. I mean, yeah, you've always got that idea that, oh my God, they're making a shoulder ahead. They're going to make a shoulder and we're going to come down. We're going to dump. We're going to go back to $1.25 and I'm just going to lose everything. I don't know, maybe. Or you could get in here at 268 and if it does go up there, you can make 48% profit. Or you could just say, screw this. I don't want to mess with this one. Let's find us something better set up somewhere else. You got options, baby. You got options. What I like about it. But if you're in Pancake, man, you're feeling some hurting. You've been feeling some hurting. Just maybe double bombing out here, man. I like what I'm seeing here. This horizontal support for Pancake Swap, pretty cool. I don't know why I don't want that red. That tells me something else. I want that white and blue. We'll keep it red, white, and blue. Just like the communists, the socialist, the United. We'll just keep it these colors. Algorand at also doing the same thing, man. They have broken some major trend lines and they got to either, they got to cut up or shut up, man. They got to, man, you either got to dump it out or get off the toilet, man. You got to come up and break this trend line or get rejected and just take your hits, baby. Say, oh, I picked a crappy project to get into. She's coming back down to 10 cents. Or, you know, I'll take a break from you for a while. But she breaks back up into it, baby. It's on. That's on. And she could. Because, ooh, look at here. Might be. I mean, I'm a little bit more pickier on this kind of stuff, but you know, a lot of people will be quick to see this as a shoulder, head and shoulder, the upside, before they even get confirmed or anything. But we could be making another shoulder here. For me, I would kind of be looking. Man, I'm picky. I want to see a touch here. I want a shoulder here and a touch there. Then we got the upside down head. I want a touch here. And you got to come up, and for me, you got to come up here and touch this before I even say, yeah, that might be a head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. That might be it. I think you confirmed it, but then it doesn't, you know, it doesn't count until it breaks up above that and then starts taking off and doing what it's supposed to do, because that's the only reason that we're interested in this pattern anyways, because when we see it, it means that, well, if this is a good one to get into, it means that it should take us up to 55 cents. So when I see these ideas, I'm always looking at these areas. So for me, I think it's, you know, I'll go at 16, 20 cents is pretty good. Even if you're flirting with this trend line here, I know it sucks. You may end up, you know, who knows? You may end up making a big OS right shoulder if you want to consider it. Whatever. In the bigger picture of things, man, we're in a great accumulation zone. This just tells me, man, she may struggle or she may just get instantly mega freaking bullish if she breaks back up into this trend line, and pooh, she could go crazy. I don't know what she's going to do. I got my eye on it. She's kind of kooky right now. She's taking some medication and I don't know what kind of effect it's going to have on her. So we got to keep a close eye. And if she starts squawking like a chicken, man, there's something wrong. That's all I'm saying. She starts feeling good and wants to go dance all night. Well, she's on some happy medicine. She might be up for a while. I don't, you know, no telling. Guys, I digress. I've been on here much later than I do. I don't know what that means. Invirtiendo dinero, diamond hands. There's 10,000 of them suckers. It looks good. Monthly, it's Loki, SafeMoon, Graph, and Dexing are always closest green. I am hot on to December 2025. We will make it surpass Dogecoin. Loki, SafeMoon to the moon. Man, I hope you guys do. That's awesome. I like a coin with a good community. And you guys seem to have a nice little strong community. You definitely got some numbers there. But you guys are nice and respectful. I welcome you guys here. Nailed it. Nut up or shut up. Ah, yeah, that's what I need to say. Thank you, Dave. Mr. Miles says, how's it going, Miles? Never heard of COP current. I never have either, but got 10,000 of them puppies. Well, guys, it is 1 o'clock. Is it freaking for real? 2 hours? 11 of you guys here hanging out. Appreciate that. If you can, if you don't mind, help a brother out.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Tells me I haven't bored you too bad. Guys, I'll be back again tomorrow night. We'll check out the weekly close and look at everything, but interesting time for Bitcoin, but there's some hopeful signs for altcoins. Maybe even some hopeful signs for Bitcoin, depending. I'm still waiting, but I like what I'm seeing so far. It's what I needed to see, what I hoped to see, and actually both of these scenarios, whether you're looking at this as Wyckoff or even the channel thing. I mean, it's positive confirmation or positive step in the direction that both of those scenarios could be some good solid ideas to play here. Because my main thesis is that basically, in a nutshell, if we compared it to the last time we're here, that's in a nutshell. That's where I see us. We're here, just at the bottom here, ready to do that. And they're trying to do what they did back here, is make everybody think, oh no, we're going back to $3,000 for real. And I just remember Crypto Savvy being one of the biggest ones. He was a bear then too, and he's still a bear now, man. I don't understand. I don't understand how you're. But I mean, I guess you got to balance out the Moon Boys, right? So I don't know. But anyway, it was all the sentiment very similar. And then when nobody was looking, all of a sudden we shot up, and then we kept going. And I mean, it was intense. It was here where BitBoy had his major luck. And as the luck and everything, and then of course the ego comes into play, and he's definitely got experience, but the way he claims to be an expert has changed, has it not? I don't know. He's interesting. He's onto some interesting things he's talking about now. I do agree, but whatever's being fed to him, there's some stuff there for real. But I see him struggling just like everybody else, man. He's trying to figure this market out too. So I mean, I'd have more respect if you just admit that, man. We're all trying to figure this market out. Nobody knows what's going to pop off the most. We got some ideas, but they're no, does it matter? What does it matter if you have a title? I call so many coins, or this, you traded to $1 million. The thing is, can you keep repeating the processes? And that's what's in my mind. That's what's important. That's why I like TA. That's why we can analyze the charts, and the process repeats. It's repeatable. And if we have a structure to our trading, we can repeat these processes. And so the big thing is he going to make another $1 million? Because a lot of it was luck. And I think what I'm trying to get to is that when we get to this part of the market, when Bitcoin starts running and altcoins start running, dude, it feels like the market is on freaking speed, and it's just and you're like, things are up 20% today. The next day, oh crap, that altcoin's up another 25%. Day 3, we're up 15%. I mean, it just. And if it got away from you, you're like, there's no way in hell I can ever chase this price. There's no way I can catch up. I'll wait for it to come down. It ain't coming down, baby. She's running. And when she runs, she runs. And we want to be in on that. And this is back here was the fake out moment when they got everybody sour on it. And they did. They got everybody sour on crypto. and Bitcoin, because before it did, she dumped one more time down, right? And then she was off to the races. And wow. So this is a great time, in my personal opinion, if you're doing the Bitcoin play. If you can get your fingers in a nice low leverage position, I'm talking like for Bitcoin somewhere 3 to 5x that you can manage easy with that. That should be fairly easy to manage if you don't go too heavy. When the run happens, you will be amazed at the multiples you will get for that. You're thinking Bitcoin doesn't make that many X's, but when you got 3 to 5x on top of your, you know, that's big run up. It can turn into, it's a good play. It's a nice, safer play with the 3 to 5x on it. When you get them big, heavy drops like we've just had was a nice one, and any of these bottoms through here. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again tomorrow night on the weekly close. Till then, keep God in your life. Hey, tomorrow's God's Day. Stop by and see him. Say hi. Talk to him. I don't know. Just what I think. See you guys later.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make you look like you're so ice, ice, ice.
Hey. Hey, that without the filter, I've got some color corrections on here that makes me look rough. I look like a monster without the filter with some of the, yeah, don't judge me. Look at the old videos.
Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets with no bullets.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Johnny.
How long have I been in crypto? I've been in since 2013. My first taste of it. Got in more for mining because I was like, you mean that's like a money printer? I'm in. I just didn't know anything about TA and all the stuff I know now, sadly. Good night, everybody. I'm an OG, but I was a stupid OG. See, I didn't learn the real value of what I learned came in 2020 with lockdown, and I had time to do it, and no excuses not to, and I lost almost everything that I had to work with, so I had no choices. But the experience, yeah, I did see lots of things, and I did learn things, different ways of doing it. But the TA and this stuff, oh, this is gold. This is, if I knew then what I know now, I would be in deep Lambo. I'd probably have 3 or 4 Lambos. And that's how important I think what all this stuff is. Good night, everybody.